Bunch of Lords of Leaping. What is it? Some Maids of Milking. Yeah, we need some Maids of Milking. What else do we need? Lords of Leaping. I don't know about all that. A couple of turtle doves. And $1 million Bitcoin. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a $15 XRP. Let me get through this commercial. A Planet Fitness commercial. Yikes. Come on, everybody, get in shape. Let's get your money. New Year's resolutions, yo. Alright, let me say some hellos as we stare at the ceiling. Merry Chris, Jackpot Warrior, Janice, Watanabe, Val Marie, Maria Ann, Chris and Frank, what up Frank? Venus, Sony, Tom Lars. I want to get everyone. Supra, Jamie, Brady, how you doing? I am doing great. I'm glad everyone. We got to talk about that. I've been. I dropped. It said the pinned comment is a free video I put up there. If you want to watch what the actual F is money, it's a great video. If I do say so myself, it's kind of life changing. But that you can watch that for free. What do we got? 78 people, 79, 80, 81, 82. It's growing. All right, cool. All right, I am at my favorite place, but I'm not in my favorite spot. Bump the brakes. I'm gonna wait till those people get up over there. They're just nursing some Chablis or something. Who knows? But let's get this coffee brewing. There is a ton of people in town. Unlike last week, there is a ton of people in town. It's freaking awesome to see. Does that mean people can't already be here for New Year's Eve? I mean, that's a ways away still. What's that, like a month from now? But there's a lot of people in town. It's freaking cool. All right. Phony sugar in first. Go. Brady kicking off the super chat activities. The parking fund. Thank you. With the 5 Bananagramas. Most appreciated. This is some ink level. Look at that. That's beautiful. I let the steam collapse a little bit. I got here a little bit early. I'm glad I did too. The parking lot was freaking nutsoid. I mean, I like this dude who served the coffee, but obviously he doesn't drink coffee. Otherwise, it would have filled that up more. Because that's kind of dark. Alright, we'll deal with it. Caffeine is good. Caffeine is good. Alright, let's put that over there. Let's bonk that. Vegas is picking up. It truly is. Like there is such a steady stream of people out there. Oh, the people are getting up from my favorite spot. We're gonna go commandeer it as soon as they finish getting up. Caffeine is awesome. Alright. I'll wait for them to go and clean it, you know. I mean, I guess I could clean it, but I ain't getting no tip. Alright, I'm gonna leave the camera over there. I've been looking forward to this all day. I ritualize a lot of things. Coffee's one of them. As you can tell. Ready? Needs a little more milk. I will compensate for the lack of milk by more sugar. When in doubt, alright, we'll see how long it takes. But I noticed a trend. I've noticed a trend. We'll talk about that trend momentarily. Can you guys hear me? It is actually loud in here. Because it's people. What is everyone in town for? The parking lot was jammed. I barely found a spot on the frickin' elevator from the parking garage. Something's going on. I don't know, it might be Christmas related, who knows? Alright. Let's test drive this one. If you wonder why I'm holding it like this, my finger does not even fit in that hole, let alone the middle finger. I mean, I can wedge it in there, but it'll get stuck. My pinky just about goes in there. That's better, but we're gonna need a round 2 on that. Alright. So, let's see what else here. You can hear me good? Alright, good. Thank you. 126 people. That is awesome. For a chillin' chat on a Friday, that's cool. After Christmas, alright, first I gotta start out by wishing everyone a Merry Christmas. Christmas is not over, contrary to popular belief. Christmas is year round. Christmas is a state of being. It's a state of mind. It's a state of feeling that you should just keep with you throughout the year. You know? Be like me. Play Christmas songs all year long. Because it just reminds me, you know, that there is good in people. You know, that things aren't as bad as they seem to be. You know, that there is hope for humanity. And that's what Christmas reminds me of. So I'm going to still wish you, stay holly and frickin' jolly. He's going to clean that table right now, so we're going to migrate over that momentarily. But yeah, so I'm going to still wish you a Merry Christmas. Keep Christmas in your heart. You know, it's a state of mind. It's a state of being. It's a way of life. That may sound, you know, odd to some people who just like, you know, it's a holiday, bah humbug, you know, they try to associate it. But think of the meaning. Think of the heart behind it. Think of, you know, loving your fellow man, finding the good, letting your inner child rip, you know? That's what it's all about. And I think we need that. Not just one day a year or 1 week a year. It should be a thing. You know what I'm saying? It should be a thing. I think I just got hit with a commercial. Great day, Mom. How you doing? Hope you're feeling awesome. Colleen. Yeah, well, they did. They made it fresh. But this dude, I mean, he's a nice guy and everything. But he just doesn't understand, like, all right, even though I'm a regular, we're like, whoa, what up, you know? He just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it, you know? He's like, you want your regular? I'm like, yeah. So I was like, oh, fingers crossed, and he gave me an espresso in a mug, in a cup, and I'm just like, and he must have noticed the disappointment on my face, and I'm like, he's like, you want more? I'm like, no, I don't want to double, you know. I was like, how about just fill up the rest with some coffee, right? And he's like, sure. And he made fresh coffee, and he poured it in there. But then he gave me like half, it was just not, but he's a good guy. I'm still going to give him a 10 spot, you know, it's Christmas and whatnot. But the second one is going to be good. Yeah, fill it to the freaking brim, bro. All right, we might be able to, there's like 17 wine glasses over there, so we'll have to wait. Tom Helm, what's up? All right, the thing that I noticed, because I have, let's see, I really didn't go out yesterday. I tried to day sleep. I stayed in bed till like 1, which I don't think I've done that in like 20 years. Stayed in bed till 1 until I was just like, you know, because normally I'm up at like 6 or 7. Went to bed at like 4 on Christmas, 2 on Christmas Eve, whatever. So I stayed in bed most of the day yesterday. It was freaking beautiful until like I started feeling guilty, you know, for being a slacker. But you know, whatever. I mean, once a year, so be it. So I really haven't been out and about. Christmas, had people over. We'll talk about that. Cooked the whole bit. So this is my first foray out into the world. So I've been asking people that I know, and some people just, you know, casual. Like I said, I got here a little bit early. I'm like, hey, Merry Christmas. And then I'm saying, how was your Christmas? Because that's polite, you know, that's decorum. And people are saying, that was the best Christmas. I can't remember the last Christmas that was that cool. And then I'm thinking, that was an awesome Christmas. This Christmas was freaking awesome. This Christmas that I just had, like I said, I'm maintaining it, but this Christmas Day and Christmas Eve, you know, this condensed Christmas was awesome. It was awesome. And then I'm asking, like, every single person that I'm coming across, I haven't come across one person who's like, yeah, it was cool, you know, nobody fought, you know, you know, no one got arrested, you know, like, everyone was like, bro, had an amazing, this dude here was like, me and my girlfriend, it was our first Christmas together, it was freaking amazing. We went to her parents and we went to my parents and everything was like special, and like everyone I'm talking to is saying how great that Christmas was. Everyone. I haven't run across one bah humbug or one neutral. Everyone was like, it was freaking amazing. I can't remember a Christmas as awesome as this in a long time. Do you echo that sentiment? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the world is freaking healing. I think the world is actually healing. I mean, there's other telltale signs too. Last year, there's only one station in all Las Vegas that plays Christmas 24/7, whatever, like from December 1st on, for like the 25 days of Christmas, right? Yeah, everyone's saying they had a great Christmas. I mean, it's right, great, exactly. So, there's only one station, like K-Joy, whatever it is, you know, 25 days of Christmas. Last year, at the frickin' stroke, Sunny 106.5, bingo. At the stroke of midnight, boom, done, and they started playing, oh, we're your greatest hit station. The year before, same shit. Stroke of midnight, they were just like, we done with this whole Christmas deal, and they started playing Milli Vanilli and some other bullshit. This year, much to my surprise, this morning I had to drive to the ass end of, like, the very ass end. There ain't no ass or end in the Southwest, and where I had to go on, like, El Capitan today. On the way home, I'm like, I don't feel like listening to, you know, I was listening to, like, you know, Bitcoin stuff and, you know, price predictions and theoretical postulations about the world and whatever. So I'm like, I pop on some 106.5. It's already pre-programmed. Freaking Christmas music. What? What? And it said, and we're your Christmas station. It's 2 days after. Last year they were just like, chop, see ya. And this year, 2 days later, I just have a holly jolly Christmas. Do as I'm doing frickin' 90 on 215. Waving a load of people and shit, because I had a great Christmas too. It was a trip. And these people I went to see, you know, it was a Facebook transaction. I'll admit it. Facebook transaction. But I went and met them. They were like, sit down. You hungry? You want to eat? You want to hang out? Never met these people before in my life. You know, beautiful couple. They were like, sit, eat. You hungry? Did you have lunch yet? And I'm like, whoa. And they got their tree up and it's lit during the day, the whole thing. And I'm just like, wow. wow, it felt like the Waltons, you know? It felt like Little House on the Prairie level Brady Bunch stuff. It was fucking awesome. I don't know how to describe it. I'm getting choked up. Didn't want to go. You know, I went there for a little transaction, a little one. An amazing deal I got, by the way. we'll get into that. Amazing deal. And they were happy. They were just like, make yourself at home. You know? And I was just like, wow. And there was kids playing in the street. I can't tell you the last time I saw children playing in the street in Las Vegas. I mean, El Capitan's like, I mean, it's not Southern Highlands, but El Capitan at the end, they had some weird ass houses. These houses were like 30 feet wide and like 80 feet long. Like they were like, it was strange. Anyway, all developed over on like the end of Blue Diamond Road where we used to go out and pew jackrabbits back in the day. Now it's all developed. Children playing in the street with their Christmas toys. Yeah, shotgun house, exactly. Seven Metro officers. Just like cruising. Look, wait, they're coming any second now. Right, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 2 peeled off. There was 7. Merry freaking Christmas, boys. And you know what else I didn't see? I didn't see any Christmas trees in the freaking garbage. You know how you always see that? And I'm just like, you know, people buy live Christmas trees on the 26th. They're like, get this shit out of my house. 7 cups of cruising. They'll like, get this shit out of my house, and like the tree, and it's got the tinsel on it. Sometimes they throw it out with all the freaking ornaments on it. It's already in the trash, you know, on the 26th. Didn't see that. Didn't see that. Wow. The world is healing. I feel great. I don't know. Maybe that's an isolated experience. Maybe because I'm willing it into being. But there's something. There's something people feel. I think a lot of people feel, even people who aren't thrilled about the outcome of what's going to take place in 23 days, I think even they feel like the sun is shining a little brighter. The birds are tweeting a little louder. You know? I think so. You could just feel it. I could perceive it. Even like I said, the Bellagio put on, I mean, I've been a skeptic. I'm a skeptic of everything. You know? I'm a skeptic of everything. You know, it's not like I see the bad in it, but I like to dissect shit, you know? Even the freaking Bellagio, like a year or two ago, they did a rainbow. You know what kind of rainbow I'm talking about? Of plywood painted, stupid, dumb plywood Christmas trees painted in a certain rainbow, you know? And I'm just like, you know, and oh yeah, look, glorious 4K, you know, I dealt with it and whatnot. This year, they would just like, let's pull out all the freaking stops. Let's make this shit sick, you know? Let's just make this special. Let's just do it, you know? Even them, they got on board. I'm happy. And it wasn't until I started, I thought I was just like, because I'm in a good mood, I've been in a good mood for quite a while, like externally, you know what I'm saying? But now that I'm like out in, you know, reality, talking to people, everyone's just like, it was the best. And they don't even, the average person can't put their finger on it, you know, because they're not playing the 3D, the 4D, and the 5D game, you know. Look if you get 2Ds out of the average person, 2Ds. But they're just like, it was awesome. This guy sat and told me, that's why I can't complain about the coffee. He's like, I spent more time with my grams, hanging out, getting to know her, and we had just the most amazing time. Yeah, it was awesome. Doug's in the house, Jim's in the house, who else is here? Yeah, everyone's just like psyched. BC, how you doing? Alright. Yeah, it's just been Venus and Jim contributing to the parking activities. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna go snag that spot over there. My butt's having a hard time over here. I'm sitting on feels like I'm sitting on like broken glass over here. Alright, let's migrate the activities. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna migrate. We're gonna migrate yonder. Oh, I smell good. I smell so good today. I'm like, how you doing? To myself. I smell good. I got for Christmas, I got some cool Christmas presents too. Santa was nice to me this year. What did I get? A Zorro Wanted by Night. Ever since Jim West sent me that little, he sent me like one of them samplers. It wasn't a little sampler, it was a significant. I got like a week's worth of use out of it. Sporadic, but yeah, probably like 5 or 7 uses out of it. Let me ritualize. Okay. And I had to have it. I was even looking on Facebook Marketplace for like a brand new one. I don't ask where they come from. These colognes that are like $200 that people sell for like 30. Ask no questions, tell me no lies. However, I got one for Christmas, a Zorro Wanted by Night, and it's got the most amazing atomizer on it. I gave it 2, one for a little intimacy coming out of here, and then one in the back. I put it in the back. Sometimes I just put cologne on the back of my neck, and then that way they smell it after you're gone, and they're just like, who was that mess, man? Pro tip. What an atomizer that thing has. It's like, I mean, it doesn't, like the blast radius isn't like this, so it's not like you're spraying it on the frickin' walls or whatever. It's fine, but it's highly atomized, so it goes. Like, just one spray over the bed, and it just layers down. That's what I'm gonna do tonight. Spray it over the bed. Anyway, I like the bed smell nice too. I actually don't like atomizers. I'd prefer to like dab and apply. I'd rather do that, but that's just me. But they like the atomizers because you go through it quicker. That's why they put it on there. What else did I get? I got Chanel for Men Blue. That's like a go-to daytime awesomeness. Anyway. That's what this dude was telling me. He got Versace Blue is good too. I got Versace. Remember I told you I got rid of one cologne last week? It was Versace Dreamer. When I first got it, I have a stable of colognes. I mean, you guys know that. You can see it in the office, in the videos. It's just like, brrr. I don't have like one. I don't have like a signature scent other than I would say, what do you call it? Van Cleef and Arpels, Czar. That would be my signature scent per se. But I use a variety, so my colognes last forever. So I probably had Versace Dreamer, probably like 5, 6, 7 years or so, and it wore out its welcome with me. It wasn't me anymore, you know? But Versace Blue is good. And Polo Blue is good too. I like all the blues. Blue, anything with blue. Versace Blue, Polo Blue, Chanel Blue, which I just got a fresh bottle of. They're great for daytime. Great daytime and business-related ones. They're not overpowering. They're not whatever. They're good. Versace, yeah. Versace is good. Hi, karate. But they're not overpowering. When you put on, like, Wanted by Night, Tom Ford, Black Orchid, or, whatever, in a business setting, I wouldn't say it's weird. It's just like, it's inappropriate. It's like, I can't describe it. It's like if a woman showed up for a business meeting in lingerie, or showing up to a business meeting in a bathrobe. It has that level of slightly inappropriate because it's too sexy. It's too like, how you doing? You look like trouble. It's too much like that for like business and kind of daytime use. But when you're out at night, doing your thing or whatever, yeah, I mean, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tom Ford is 100% evening. There is no Tom Ford that you should really be wearing during the day. It's a definitely evening. So, yeah, it's like fishnet stockings at church. Bingo. Bingo. Oh, that's one I have not tried, Jim. John V's Vintage. I have to try that. I do have to try that, but I'm getting into these like really dark humidor, like scotch spilled inside a humidor type scents. That's more me now. It goes better with my body chemistry. Chanel Blue is, I mean, that's a go-to. That is a daytime go-to. What are we talking about? Christmas. Christmas is freaking awesome. But yeah, everywhere I go, everyone's still in the mood. Like these girls over here, some chick with orange hair and some other chick or whatever I haven't seen, but she's kind of friendly still. And she's like, I went to say Happy New Year. I was like, and I caught myself, and I was like, no. I said it right. I said it out loud. I thought it, but it came out of my mouth. I said, no, Merry Christmas. And they were like, Merry Christmas to you too. And this freaking Santa's still up and everything. Like last year, the year before, we've been living in like a cycle of kind of darkness, You notice that? We've been living in a cycle of darkness. Like people are afraid to be happy. We're like programmed to like dislike one another and distrust each other, and you're on that side and I'm on this side, and all this other stuff. Like it's becoming a way, and I get it. I do that too. We've been put in a position where we have to choose sides. But that's what this couple that invited me into their house. I'm making a transaction. They're like, make yourself at home. The refrigerator's over there. I don't even know these people. Cool. They were like, oh, where you from? Yeah, I hear a little New York going on, man. I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, it's one place I never went to. And I said, you know what? Go for Christmas. Go for Christmas because it's amazing. It's everyone, I mean, I don't know about now, but back then, despite the hustle, despite the bustle, despite the, hey, what are you looking at? Despite, people generally not wanting to engage socially on any level, except during Christmas. I mean, you could walk down the streets of Manhattan and shit and just be, everyone's like more open to interacting. You could be, Merry Christmas to you too, you know? Not even the happy holiday bullshit. Merry Christmas, and da-da-da-da. I was like, go on Christmas, you know? But that's what I'm perceiving now. I'm perceiving a return to that, you know? Everyone, I mean, even had people over, right? Like, okay, remember I told you, I don't do no friggin' 4 o'clock dinners. I don't do no 5 o'clock dinners. I mean, you come over at 4 and 5, but I'm gonna give you the antipasta, I'm gonna give you the mozzarella, I'm gonna put the olives, the whole bit. I didn't start cooking until 8. But I made fresh to order, big ass, you know, like 1.5 pound prime ribs, like this big and whatever. I had 4 pans, 1 on each burner, and I just stood there. And I put my Santa Claus apron on with the bells and the whole bit, and I managed the whole thing. I had 4 of them, and I put this one on. I waited a couple minutes, put that one on. That way I didn't have to, you know. I staggered it, and people were getting their dinners like fresh. I'm like, how do you want it? You know, rare? Nah, a little better than medium rare. I got this new thing. The company sent me these wireless probes. Goes into the station and it gives you the temperature of everything. Holy shit. One of the first things a company has sent me that I used and actually liked. It was Olay, Tiege Hanley. There was that underwear that I liked, you know, that kind of had that uplifting thing going on. Kind of hot. And it was like very rare. I got boxes of shit people send me, and I'm just like, I ain't telling nobody about this. Anyway, this thing was a freaking lifesaver. I'm like plucking these in. This one's beeping. All right, this one's medium rare. Like I knew when to turn it. I'm like, all right, it's at 95 degrees. It started out at 70. All right, 25. I'll give it another 25 on this side. Time to flip it a little more. And I'm like manning the whole thing. And people were just like having, like there was conversations going on and talking about, people are talking about robots and whatever. I'm yelling from the kitchen, yeah, as long as mine has boobies, you know. And people are taking off their, I don't like, people take off their shoes when they come over anyway. People taking off their shoes. I put out a bunch of slippers. I went and got slippers, you know, because some people aren't comfortable walking around in their socks and whatnot. I went and got slippers, lined up a bunch of slippers in the entrance hallway. And people are like, cool, slippers. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, everyone's just like, oh my God, slippers, you know? So everyone's like putting on slippers and, you know, hanging out on the couch, you know? So it was one of my friends laying on the friggin' floor. He's got 2 pillows under his head, you know? Who's watching this TV? I got the other TV. I was just like, whoa, this is cool. This is cool. Like, everyone just settled in. Like, they were home. It was awesome. Nobody was being like all like, you know, timid. And these are my people, you know. These are my people. They don't have to be, but sometimes in a formal setting for Christmas, you know, this and that, whatever, you know, people are a little more like uptight, you know, a little more intense. People go in the refrigerator like I'm cooking, you know. Dude's in the refrigerator pouring himself a glass of milk. It was perfect. That's the way it should be. And I was happy. The world is healing. Yeah, I could have said I'm matching freaking pajamas. People would have put them on, you know? It was awesome. People are like, hey, you want a hand with that? I'm just like, no, you know. Who showed up with this? Who showed up with that? I'm like, yeah, the plates are over there. Put it out, you know? It was cool. I'm getting emotional. It's cool. Yeah. What are we doing? Buy samples and try it out like what? Yeah, I agree. If we're talking about Cologne. Yeah. You know what? Toomey is starting to sell a sampler. They came out with like 3 more higher level colognes, so they're up to 9. Now they have a sampler, but they're not like those little plastic samplers that they make, right in front of you. They're big, like half-ounce samplers and whatnot. No, maybe quarter-ounce samplers in like a revolver thing. It's freaking awesome. It's like $70 or whatever, but you get in half an ounce of everything that they sell, which is the equivalent of buying 2. It's a deal because the equivalent of buying 2, and one of them's $125, and the higher end ones are $175. So it's a great deal on top of that. But yeah, what hood buttons? Yeah, PJ. I was wearing my Star Trek slippers. I mean, it was just. Like, I started out, I didn't know, I didn't make a dress code or nothing. It was just like, come as you are, Whatever, I wasn't going to be like, you got to be formal. Let's have let me not go there. Yeah, I wasn't formal or whatever, but I had because I know I was going to get hot, I had a dress shirt, but a short sleeve collared shirt, black, like kind of silkish and whatnot. And after a while, I was like, everyone just got casual, hanging out, just watching stuff. I mean, there's 2 TVs going, so like some people were gravitating here, but it wasn't like everyone was like, with the TV. It was still like, it was there, but the conversation was revolving around. It was different. It was nice. It was a beautiful time. Toomey makes well, I don't know about makes, but they have excellent colognes. Excellent. And they know it. They figured it out. They started, they were like 75, 85, but guys' cologne, it's like a beer bottle. Women's cologne, $75 gets you like a thimble full. Guys' colognes are like 5 ounces because they know most guys are like, doing this and whatever. Women get screwed when it comes to colognes and discounts on clothes. I mean, perfumes. But guys, we get the giant bottles for the same price, like 3-ounce bottles, 4-ounce bottles for $125. But that's what they're at now, $125. They used to be like 80, whatever it is. But yeah, they got a big sampler of everything. 9 fragrances, half-ounce each. Do the math, that at 4.5 ounces, $90. So it's actually a better deal, and every one of them's awesome. My favorite is Continuum and Awaken. But yeah, it was just cool, and it wasn't anything I was doing, I mean, I was just doing the thing. If anything, I was just, because when you're trying to cook the perfect steak, the pressure is on. Fuck up a Christmas steak that people are waiting to eat, and I make them wait till like 9 o'clock at night, whatever, to mess one up, overcook one, undercook one. There's a lot of pressure. I don't know if you ever cooked steak for like individual steaks for a meal, that wasn't coming off a grill. If you did it inside in a pan, and at one point, the place just filled up with smoke, and that got people a little like, like this. I'm like, it ain't cooked until the smoke alarms go off. So just freaking relax, all right? Because everyone was like, oh my God. I'm like, you ain't cooking if the smoke alarms ain't good. You ain't cooking a steak indoors if the smoke alarms ain't going off. Because I used the butter and the tallow, so it, But yeah, so I opened the windows, got cold. That was it. Oh. So I opened the windows, right? And it gets cold, right? So you know what I got? I'm like, that closet over there, and I put 2 out. I don't know what I was thinking in advance. I was like, over there in that closet is a bunch of blankets. And everyone was like, looking at each other at first. Like, they went to the slippers. Slippers were cool right up the bat. The blankets were like, I was like, yeah, go get a blanket. Until they went in there and they saw the blankets that I got. The blankets that I got are like bearskin rug type things. They're like hairy and big. Like I like going outside when it's cold and wrapping myself around like a Viking and whatnot. You know, they're like that level of like kind of cool. And then once you know, what am I gonna give you? A freaking Afghan or something? What am I gonna give you? Something pink? No, I'm gonna give you something cool. So everyone's wrapping themselves in these freaking big bearskin looking things. I got like a whitish one, I got 2 brown ones, I got 2 dark brown ones that are almost black, and like an orangey looking one, not like animal print or anything. I don't even know where I got it, probably Dillard's discount warehouse. And everyone's wrapped up in freaking these big bearskin freaking things, having fun, talking. And then I closed it, because like by the time we ate, it was like 40 degrees out or some shit, you know. So it got cold fast and the smoke went away. But it was a trip. And then everyone was like, it's kind of fun. You know? Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. And there was some alcohol. I drank some. I drank, what did we drink? Someone brought, there's still like 2 bottles of wine still in the refrigerator. I don't drink wine. There's wine, someone brought some Sapporo beer, a bottle of scotch. I broke out, I need coffee. Like, now. I broke out, what did I break out? I smell good. I broke out, remember I told you about that? I still to this day do not know where I got it. I might have gotten it from someone in the audience. I just don't know. I do not know where this came from. But it's an 18-year-old bottle of Glenlivet Reserve Blue Label. 18 years old. I don't know where I got it. I don't know where I got it. I found it in the vehicle, in the back. And I don't know how long it's been there. I have no clue how long it's been there. I have it, I guess because I was driving or whatnot, and I put it in, there's like, you know, the cargo area, and then in the side there's a little box, like there's a lock and whatever, da-da-da-da. And then inside there you got your flare, well, I put flares in there. I put, there's a air compressor, there's a bottle of the spooge to fill up the flat tires, there's a jack in there, and I put, you know, them triangle things, you know, whatever, you know, and I put some EDC, you know, stuff in there. I got tourniquets in there, the whole shit. Okay. And I put the bottle in there. I have no clue how long that's been there. And one day I was just cleaning stuff out, making stuff right. I swap out the EDC stuff every once in a while because, you know, it's Vegas. I mean, that bottle was probably there for, it was definitely there for an entire summer. Might have been there for an entire 2 summers, which means that bottle got up to 150, at least 140, 150 degrees being in the back like that. No air condition. Yeah. So I popped this bottle. I think I did it live during something a while ago. Popped this bottle, and it popped kind of like a cork, you know, like champagne. It had a little pressure in it. It was like fermenting. So I'm like, this has got to be like putrid. It's got to be like paint thinner by now. So I poured a little out, hit a little back, and I'm telling you, I love Lagavulin. Lagavulin's my jam. I've got like a 50-year-old bottle of Lagavulin that I'm waiting until Christmas Eve 2030 when I retire. And I'm gonna pop that sucker. It'll be 55 by then, 56 years old. I got a couple of, you know, I'm a single malt guy. I gotta tell you. Okay. All right, let me polish this off. Can you hook me up with a coffee? and a bunch of steamed milk and some more Truvia.
Okay, what kind of milk?
Just, can you steam oat milk? Cool.
Okay.
I'll take that, yeah. Yeah, steam that up good. I like steamed oat milk now. It's my new jam. All right, so it was amazing. I don't know what transpired on a freaking atomic level or some molecular transformation took place from the heat and whatnot. Unless it was like that from the get-go. But I doubt it, because I've had some, you know, like Johnny Walker Black Label and whatever. Time does not do what that heat did to this single malt. It was just, I mean, it's undescribable. Like all these, like when they, you know, when people talk about flavors of scotch and cigars, they're like, oh, you know, there's a taste of cardamom in the background and hints of wild berry, and I'm just like, shut up. What are you talking about? Just drink it and be quiet. Just smoke it and be quiet. You know, I mean, if you're picking out, oh, and it tastes like cinnamon from the region of, I'm just like, yeah, just get over yourself, you know? However, with this stuff, you could taste everything, like every component. Like normally with a good scotch or a good, like, Chardonnay or something, because if I do drink wine, I like them, you know, I like them from, I like to taste the wood that they were married to. You could taste the cask, you know, whether they smoked, whether they fired the inside of the cask, whether they did not fire it, it's just a raw oak, you know. You could pick up on those type of things. But with this stuff, it was like, holy cow. Like, and I drank it, I was like taking like little hits at a time. I had I went full blown. I had the crystal thing with the ball and the whole bit. And like, I'm just sitting there going, honey, almonds, and like it was intense. I don't know what transpired. So who gave me that? Because I don't think it was anyone in my crew, because we don't like buy bottles of liquor and stuff. You know, we don't buy bottles. So I don't know where I got that from. To this day, it's like a mystery bottle. I still have like this much left, but it's a freaking mystery bottle. Don't know. So if you were one of the people, maybe it's one of you guys. But maybe someone was like, hey, we're not finishing this bottle, we know you're into it, and like gifted it to me before they left town or something. I don't know. I don't remember receiving it. That's kind of a bad thing, but it was awesome. It is awesome. And I set up in that, there's like a dead area between my kitchen den and breakfast nook. I made myself a little smoking room. Shout out Anthony, what's going on? Let me say hello to everyone. Tumi is T-U-M-I. Mr. Gumballs, Happy New Year. Alright, I gotta refire this up. My chat. I think I'm behind. But yeah, I didn't get like a buzz going, but you know, I don't need alcohol. Like I'm caffeined up and I'm just as much fun. Oh, and I made French press coffee out of like every time I go to Bavette's, they're just like they sneak like a satchel in the pocket of the Japanese beans. Japan's got awesome coffee. And I was telling the story. I was like, hey, there's some Japanese coffee. They're just like, what? Japan don't have no coffee. I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. I'm not arguing with you. But they were like, holy shit. Japan's coffee's awesome. I'm like, yeah, I told you so. Yeah, we fired up that. And then I was pouring some in the coffee. So I was getting, you know, I got a little buzz going. Nobody got drunk. Nobody got stupid. Everyone was just like mellow. There wasn't, okay. You know what else was noticeable about the Christmas get-together? There was not, I shit you not, there was not one awkward moment. You know, like when, like people run out of things to say, and then there's like that slight awkward silence and everyone be like, oh, Is that new? Did you get a new fish? Or, you know, like just like there's that awkward spot where people just like the subject matter just, you know, eludes everyone for a minute. And these are people who kind of, some people, most everyone knew of one another, but not like, you know, tight. But by the end of the night, everyone was tight. Anyway, wasn't one awkward moment or one awkward silence that there was like perceivable small talk where people were just like, so it's been cold out, huh? You know, there was none of that shit. And you know what else? Other than the occasional conversation about, you know, like Bitcoin, you know, because not everyone was down with the Bitcoin. So I'm just like, what? Someone say Bitcoin? You know, there's a couple of moments like that. But overall, mostly everyone, we didn't talk business. And you know what else happened? I didn't make a rule. Did not make a rule. Everyone was just like face down, you know? And like at the end of the night, people were like, hey, you see my phone? Hey, can you call my phone? I forgot where I left it. When was the last time you heard that, you know? When was the last time you heard that? Like people are just like, you know, uninspired to frickin', you know, it wasn't like everyone was just sitting around like, you know, nothing. It was crazy. Yeah, I got a new fish. I got a crown tail beta fish. Beta, whatever it is. I made him a nice little aquarium jam. Cool. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Nice. That's cool. Take it along. I got all the trivia. Oh, this guy hooked it up. All the chicks are gone. Mercedes from last week, Haley's not here, not gone, but they left early. But yeah, no one was on their phone. You know, there wasn't, I mean, yes, we talked business, some business, we talked some money, finance, blah, 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 but just not in a deep, you know, let me get out a notepad level shit, you know, just kind of like, you know, glazing over various subjects. But for the most part, it was just good conversation, you know, good, intriguing. I mean, yeah, you know, some politics, which I'm okay with, you know, current affairs, because, you know, we don't talk bullshit, you know, we're not just like, duh, you know. Like, most everyone is not really sports people per se. You know, we weren't talking about what Kim Kardashian did or, you know, none of that shit. But I know oat milk is like really bad for you, but, you know, once a week, that much in a cup of coffee, I'll deal with. And I got the trivia. But it was just good, honest conversation. It was fucking cool. But yeah, I mean, I can't remember, like, I mean, it's not like my only Christmas, not like my last Christmas, nor my first Christmas, but it's just there's a different vibe going on. The world is healing. Which tumi do I recommend? I don't mind samples, but what's your preference? Ms. Google with the 20 Bananamas. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. That is awesome. All goes towards the parking activity. I think, I wouldn't say they're best because, you know, I'm just like, you know, like this goes with this goes with that. That's the way my brain works. But overall, I would say can't miss is Awaken. Awaken, to me, Awaken is good. It's just straight up good, goes with everything, not overpowering. It has good projection, maybe 2 to 3 feet, so people will smell it. You can smell it yourself, and that's a criteria that I have too. I want to smell myself. I smell myself now. I smell good. You know, who else am I gonna put it on for? You know, I want to smell good. I want to smell good. I want to smell myself, and that usually you get from an oil base, which these are, a propylene base or whatever. Awaken's an excellent middle. All the rest of them are sort of offshoots of Awaken. If you like Awaken, you'll like the rest. But Awaken is great. And thank you, Miss Google. Jim West. Jim West turned me on to the one I'm wearing now. The Zorro Wanted by Night. They have Wanted. I think they have Wanted by Day. They have Tonic, Wanted by Day, Wanted by Night, and Wanted by Night. That's what I'm wearing. It's friggin' awesome. Yeah, Truvia is becoming my go-to. I just ordered. I tried baking a bunch of carnivore cookies, which is peanut butter and whatnot, and I put. I had some allulose left that I put in, and they came out excellent, except I overcooked them a little bit. You know, the recipe said 10 minutes, I went to 12, they were just about smoked. That's on me. However, they were good. Everyone scarfed them up. They were a little dry, so I'm like, I gotta tweak it, I gotta put some more butter. I made another batch with Truvia in it. Did not work. Did not work because it's not granulated. It's got like this fluff to it. Like you could take a Truvia and like crush it into like a little bit of a powder. You know, it's got like it's like aerated, like a puff for some reason. Yeah, it didn't work with the cookies. They just like crumble back to dust. So we ate dust. Well, I ate dust. But I'll let you know how that is, the allulose, because the allulose is actually supposed to be the best for you. The sweetest of them all is sucralose. But if you're really trying to, work on your blood sugar, sucralose is not really good for you, and dextrose is not really good for you either. The only problem with allulose is, and monk fruit, well, there's a mix, monk fruit and allulose, which is okay. You need more. Even if you're gonna cook with it, it says right on it. It's 1 cup of sugar. If you're trying to replicate a cup of sugar, you need, I hope that kid don't hurt. You need a cup and a third or more to equal the sweetness. So you do have to put more allulose in to achieve the same level of sweetness that you get from sugar. So you have to be aware of that. But there's no aftertaste whatsoever. But the sweetest is sucralose. Not supposed to be that good for you. Just stay away from that saccharin bullshit. That saccharin will jack you up. Used to wear the Drakkar and dance to Funky Cold Medina. Yeah, I get it. Drakkar is good. There's just some scents you can't wear anymore. And want to go back in time? Drakkar Noir. That smells awesome. It smells awesome, but you're kind of dating yourself, you know? But I don't think the younger crowd would really know what that is anymore. Pierre Cardin, the one that looked like, it's like a weird shaped bottle or whatnot, that stuff smells great. I mean, now you can buy it for $6.99 in frickin' Walgreens or whatever, or Walmart, But back then, Pierre Cardin was like, ooh, I'm wearing a Pierre Cardin with my Armani suit. Isn't that funny? They say, he's wearing one of those $2,000 Armani suits. You can't even get a high-end suit for $2,000 anymore. Cost of living. Now we're talking. Homeboy knows how to make some coffee. All right, cool. I'll tip him too. 10 and 10. Keep that in mind. There's a bunch of good ones, except I told the story last Saturday night how I had a bottle of Obsession for Men explode inside a van that I once owned. It was like a fairly well done RV van. You know, had a bed in it, had a sink in it, you know, a whole bit. It was like a conversion van without the top extension, like one of those covert camper type of things. And a bottle of Obsession blew up in there. It never came out. I remember that Jerry Steinfeld episode where like he had to sell the car because it stunk? I had to sell the vehicle because it stunk. There's nothing on earth that can get Obsession out of shag carpet in the back of a van. It just never ever came out. So Obsession, not so much. But the old school Cologne still rock. They still rock. But, you know, like I'm into those, like, you know, someone spilled coffee and scotch inside a humidor type smells. Tom Ford's got one that's impossible to find, and I know it's like $800 a bottle, and it's called Eau de Mineral. Wow, that's a competitor to Van Cleef and Arpels Czar. It's good. It's the shit. Shite. Let me check. Gotta check everything. I must have got hit with a commercial. I'm reloading. Yeah, I mean, nurses, well, yeah, everyone, Obsession, people, you know, now it's like cliche to say obsessed. Like, every social media influencer is like, oh, I'm so obsessed with this. Oh, I'm so obsessed. Oh, I'm obsessed. Shut up. I'm not obsessed, shut up. But yeah, Obsession was good. Spring Break 1983. Yeah, Drakkar. I mean, that's like, you know, you can put on Drakkar, go back in time. You can put on Sade, go back in time. Drakkar. I had a friend who used to go like deer hunting up in the Adirondacks, and I'd be like, bro, did you really put on some frickin' Drakkar we're hunting some whitetails up in the frickin' Adirondacks? Are you seriously wearing some Drakkar right now? Like, really, bro? He's like, they never smelled it before. There's no association with... I'm like, bro, should we drive a black window-tinted Cadillac up here, too? What are you talking about? You know, yeah, they won't see us in our velour tracksuits neither, bro. You know? Come on now. But, yeah, we were successful, but he used to wear frickin' Drakkar when we used to go deer hunting. Burberry is good, too. I like the Burberrys. You have a spray deodorant of Obsession when I don't want to... Yeah, I mean, a little bit of... Yeah, that's why I like... See, I do not, under any circumstances, wear, for the most part, scented deodorant, because I don't want to smell like my deodorant. I don't want that to be my initial smell. However, once in a while, like Tiege Hanley has a good one that has a nice, fresh, clean scent to it. So yeah, if you got one cologne for the pits, you know, cologne-based one for the pits, but know that you're doing it. You know that you're doing it, not just it's like a regular part of your day. You know, that you just put on, like, you smell some of these colognes, they're like, what is that, Axe in a freaking bottle? Axe in your pits? I mean, why? You know, then you put something else on and you smell like a freaking whorehouse, you know? What are you doing? You got, the best non-scented, non-staining deodorant. Fellas, I'll tell you. Mitchum Advanced 24-hour gel. They come in a 2-pack, Walmart, wherever you get them. They last a long ass time. and don't do the one swipe. Get it in there, I mean, if you can't get it in there, shave your pants. If you look like you got a squirrel in a freaking headlock, it's time to shave, you know what I'm saying? So that way the deodorant makes it where it's supposed to go. But that stuff does not stain your clothes. I mean, if you're pulling on a black t-shirt afterwards, yeah, you will have the marks, and then you gotta get the wet towel from the shower and do one of those, you know the trick, guys, right? You throw it around, you go clean up the shirt. But, pro tip, you're putting on a shirt that's gonna show it after you. No, you put on the deodorant like this here. You don't want to mess your shirt up and have to do the towel trick. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that is non-scented. When they say non-scented, it is freaking non-scented. It doesn't smell like anything. You could smell yourself. I mean, you put it on, but it doesn't cake. It doesn't like turn your shirts into like, hard, crusty armpits and whatnot. It doesn't stain the clothes. Yeah, I mean, I don't sell it. I don't have there's no link in the description, but maybe I should put a link in the description. Mitchum Advanced 24-hour in the green. It's clear with a green top. You're done. It's like 2 for $9 or something, $8, whatever. In Walgreens, it's probably like $40, but yeah, get that stuff. Get that stuff. Old Spice is the G. Not quite old. Which one? Primo. Yep, Primo. Yeah, deer smell everything. I'm just like, bro, he's like, this deer don't know from Jakar. I'm like, they know from Jakar, trust me. They're just like, don't smell like apple orchards. Don't smell like Farmer Jim's corn. Might be some city slickers in town. They're probably from Brooklyn, too. Yeah. Alright, Eau de Mineral. That's good stuff. Eau de Mineral. It's like his least known. There's another one, Effing Awesome, I think it is. That's another high-end one, but it's okay. I remember we were up in the Adirondacks, right? And me and my buddies, we're all in our freaking velour tracksuits and whatnot, and it's got his car going, and a bunch of like locals. And back then, I'll tell you what. Back then, I think a lot of people who were in, how would I say? How could I say this without saying it? I just shouldn't say it. That was quite a saunter. People who were relocated to areas where nobody would particularly know them and they got a fresh start. Used to be a lot in the Adirondacks. Anyway, so we got surrounded by some locals, right? So we're sitting down, whatever. It was just getting the meatballs, whatever. We're trying to like blend in with the Jakar, right? This guy's having a fun time listening to what the hell I'm saying. Now he's finally done with it. So we get surrounded. So like a bunch of these like 7-foot-tall freaking Yellowstone-looking dudes surround us, right? And they're just like, oh, you boys from the city? And it's like, and one of them's like, and we're just like, we're looking at each other, we're kicking each other under the, we're all like, we're all like strapped to the freaking gills and whatnot, because we're on a hunting trip. So, one of them's like, we know what you're here for. You're here to F all women and kill our deer, right? And we're just like, damn, how do we, we're either going to have to talk our way out of this or fight our way out of this, Because it was like, one of them was the sheriff, So it was like some straight up freaking, Rambo level deliverance shit, So it's like, all right, so we're just like, all right. So we bought them all a bunch of beers and whatnot and convinced them we weren't there to F their women. And I said, yeah, we're here to whack a few of your deer, but we have no interest in your women, all right? You know, and we all had a good laugh and whatever, blah, blah, blah. All right, Toomey recommendation, what about? It is Awaken. Awaken is the one that you want to start with. Awaken is it's to me, in my opinion, it's their best. It's just their best. The other ones might be, I'm not saying they're bad, but they have to kind of suit you. Like, wow, like Continuum is one of my favorites too, on par. Everyone likes, I wouldn't say everyone, or I think most people would like Awaken. And then you like work your way down into the ones that you really like. So I found Awaken and Continuum are my favorites. But Awaken, Toomey Awaken. not necessarily in that order, but yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Lady Stetson. Oh, Stetson Cologne for men. You know that the dude from, who was the director or the writer from Yellowstone opened up a steak joint here, capitalizing on his popularity? Did you know that? It's called 6666. I don't like the sixes all that much. Drop 1 6, we don't have a problem, but it's all about the sixes. It's supposed to be like a up-and-coming steakhouse or something. Someone who was over said, yeah, I might check that out. I don't know. Well, that's good coffee. I don't want it to get cold. So yeah, what else are we talking about? Eau de Mineral. No, Awaken. Awaken is the jam. My brother is war canoe. Yeah, Can You Canoe? Yeah, it's at the Win, right? That's what I thought. Can You Canoe? What are the classic ones for women? How you ladies doing? Mom and daughter. What are the classic ones? Who came up with toilet water? Like Chanel toilet water? I have a problem with. I'm almost allergic level to perfume because many perfumes are very they're alcohol based, and whenever I smell something alcohol based, and it's even on myself, I'm just like, whoo, it goes right to my head, and instantly I start getting a pounding headache with alcohol based scents. That's why I gravitate towards the oil base, and it suits me better. But yeah, when I smell a woman and she's got like an alcohol-based perfume on, it's just like, yikes, that's like repellent. Oh, you're looking to keep me away? Thank you. You know what else I don't like? I think I've mentioned this before. I don't like the smell of roses. Am I the only one who just simply does not like the smell of roses? I don't like the smell of roses. Like an occasional, like a live, uncultured one, I could deal with, maybe, but the smell of roses is just like, isn't that peculiar? Is that peculiar to me? I just got another Planet Fitness ad. Planet Fitness. Is that just me? It's probably just me. A lot of things are just me, but I'm okay with that. That's what makes me me. Too sweet is Black Orchid. That's funny. Black Orchid is also a Tom Ford. Someone told me that, some people told me that Tom Ford Black Orchid is unisex. And I have been smelling some women wearing some Tom Ford. I don't know if I like that or not, you know? White shoulders, yeah. What's the one that, what's her face? Not Joan, Elizabeth Taylor. Didn't she used to pimp one of them? What was it? White something or other? I don't remember. Shalimar. Yeah, Jim with Passion Killer. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know why. I have like a chemical sensitivity to colognes and certain perfumes and whatnot. You know, I think it's alcohol based, if not. Well, White Diamonds. Yeah, White Diamonds by Elizabeth Taylor. It's like, ugh. Remember back in the day, so that's what I miss. See, that should come back too. Talking about how beautiful and breath of fresh air this Christmas has been. Like when stores decorate. Stores that like here, in the frickin', epitome of stores here, none of them decorate. None of them bother to decorate. They don't want to offend anyone. That'll probably change next year too. However, none of them are decorating. I kind of miss that. I do kind of miss that. But I was going somewhere with that conversation. She made me lose my train of thought. Because I think she's taking pictures of me. Taking pictures of me for later? Like people tell me, what are you doing? Pointing that camera at me. Where was I going with that? There was a point to that. Oh, perfume snipers. I mean, remember going through the first floor of any department store and you'd have to dodge the perfume sniper? Because they'd all be like waiting in there in a row with all the different scents and whatnot. They're like spraying it at you to try to get you to buy it. And you'd have to dodge all the perfume snipers. What happened to that? That was part of Christmas. Christmas is way too commercial. But it always has been, probably always will be. But you know what? I got some cool Christmas gifts. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I got some colognes. I got a pair of Ray-Bans. And I got some cool Christmas gifts, My people loves me. But being able to give to people is just awesome. Commercial or not. Yes, I could make something, I could knit them a hat, and get out of the commercial environment and whatnot, but it's a blessing to be able to give, and this year, I'll be honest, financially has not been a great year whatsoever, but I did what I could, and I could tell it was appreciated, Yeah, being able, just being able to give was awesome. Gloria Vanderbilt jeans. Lady Gaga has a smell. Really? Does she have a smell? Yeah, putting thought into it. I did the, somewhere down there, there's Christmas Eve. I did Christmas Eve live stream. I could tell the thought that people put into cards and stuff. I can tell. I'm that type of person too. If I'm getting a card, I'm reading them. I'm reading them all, top to bottom. And I say to myself, is this something I would say? If I don't think I would utter the words that are in a card, whether it's to a couple, a woman, a brother, a mother, whatever it happens to be, if I can't feel those words coming out of my mouth, I'm not going to give them that card because it's disingenuous, It has to represent what I think and feel. So that's what I think when I get a card. I read them and I'm just like, yep, I would say that to this person. Sold. Oh. $10.95 to this card? Fuck it, it's Christmas. Put that one as $10.95 for a freaking Hallmark card? What are they, nuts? Anyway. Yeah. But that's my criteria. I gotta picture myself saying it, Or just keep it simple. Have a great Christmas, wishing you the best Christmas. But, if you find that, the right card, boom. Find that right cologne, find that right anything, That's just like, wow. You thought about me, you put some effort. And a lot of times it ain't about the money, It's about thinking about an individual, like past the surface. Get him a tie. You know what this cat told me over here? He's just like, he said, the dude was like, I spent like an hour with my grandmother and we got close, he was kind of saying that him and his grams, like, he didn't really know her, like, on a personal level. Like, me and my grams, we were tight, we were tight, like, telling each other our stuff tight. But obviously this cat wasn't. He's like, it's like he met his grams for the first time. Awesome. Anyway, he told me, he's like, oh, you know what else? My sister knows that I like this specific t-shirt, and she got me 2 6-packs of them. Simple. Well, what did that cost? $20, $30, whatever, But it was the fact that he was just like, whoa, she thought, what can I get him? He loves this specific freaking white, we're talking about a white t-shirt, not nothing fancy, you know? And he was just like, wow, she put in so much thought that she went out of her way to get me the ones that I particularly like, not just like, he likes white t-shirts, what is it, Fruit of the Loom shit, whatever, you know? Just the ones he liked. That's cool, and that's memorable. Like he's telling strangers about it, you know? He's telling strangers what his sister did, you know? And that means something. That means a lot. I think I need another Truvia. What time is it? 7:12? We're doing good. We're doing good. I'm in a good mood. Alright. Let's do some coffee. Yeah, try to get, yeah, exactly. You fit, you know, you fit it to, like I said, my criteria is, can I picture myself saying this? You know, if it's just like, no, I would never in a million years say this to another human being. I'm not buying that card. I don't care how pretty the outside is. I don't care if it's the last one. I'd rather handwrite a note on a Post-it than give them something that I would never say, you know? I got a bad habit. I'll be totally honest. When I get a card, it has nothing to do with money whatsoever. But when I get a card, does anyone else do this? You get the card, right? And you're reading it, and, you know, love, you know, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Does anyone else, like, go to the back and look? Is that, I mean, that seems so freaking gauche to look at the back. And I'm not looking for the price that they spent, you know, $9.99 on a card or something like that. It's a habit pattern because back before email and all the other Signal and all the other bullshit, people used to write in cards, you know, and on the back, that's where people would write stuff, you know. People would write things on the back of the card. And to this day, you know, like you'd put the, you know, Merry Christmas, blah, 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 you know, love, whatever. I always put the date in the top. Not the whole date. I always put the year in the top. In case people save them. I save cards. But on the back, that's where you put the note like, you know, bro, blah, 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 broette, you know, I'm always here for you, you know the deal, you know, blah, 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 blah. You put the more, I mean, maybe that's just like the way I was brought up or whatever thing, you know, whatever. But on the back, that's where you'd put like a little note outside of like the other shit, you know? Because when you tape it to the wall, you show someone the card or whatever, they see the front, they ain't gonna see the back, you know? So I have the habit to this day of looking at the card, you know, and usually open in front of people, and then doing that. And it looks like I'm looking for the price, how much they paid for it. And I think people take that the wrong way, but that's just a me thing, you know? I don't know. You see me do that live probably. I'm not looking to check the price. I'm just like, I'm looking to see if there's a note on the back, because that's just the way. Is it a Baba Booey? I haven't heard of Baba Booey in a long time. What up? Christmas should be acts of kindness rather than, yeah, I agree. I agree. I am with you. It shows you can listen to what's, yeah, agreed, Jim. Jim, you listen, Jim. I mean, I shared little pieces of the candy, what's it called? Miracle Creations? The candy with the Pop Rocks in it, the chocolate bar, I portioned that out. I'm just like, no, like you get this much, you get this much, you get this much. So I hoarded that. I put the other ones, that went over big time. People were like, holy shit, this is what chocolate tastes like? I'm like, yeah, this came from the UK, from my bro Jim. You know, I put that out on the coffee table. And everyone got, except for that one. I just, you know, little pieces. I was like, remember Pop Rocks when we was kids? And yes, I saved the rest for myself. So I did kind of overdo on the sugar. But yeah, you know the deal. Let's see. What's my opinion on petroleum oil? Fossil fuels are a lie because they don't come from fossils. They come from a molecular process within the earth that occurs naturally and replenishes itself forever and ever and ever. So oil is not scarce. You can suck a well dry, wait 5 years, it'll fill back up again. Every petroleum company knows that. Landman is full of shit. It's not scarce. It does not come from dinosaurs. And we have an endless supply. As long as we're on this earth, we will have endless supplies of petroleum oil. Why we treat it as such? Because they want to tax people on carbon use, so, you know, they're claiming the scarcity of it. So the whole petroleum industry is a freaking bunch of bullshit. And I'm glad you said petroleum, not fossil fuels, because it's not going to come from no freaking fossils. Yeah, there's 999 million Tyrannosauruses all decided to die in the same spot and turn into oil. Like, does that even make sense to anyone who has like an IQ above like 75? I mean, come on now. It's a replenishable source. It pops up randomly, you know, out of spots all over the earth, you know, and they try to keep it a secret so they can keep telling us that it's a scarce freaking resource. Yeah, oh, it's the biggest scam ever. What do I think of patchouli oil? That's an interesting question. All right, I can go there. I was gifted for Christmas. It's all related to Christmas. This is a Christmas episode. I was gifted 2 soaps from Lush, which happens. They're all over, but there's one like right there. I can point at it. That are patchouli oil, patchouli, honey, cinnamon, and some other thing. And they smell freaking awesome. Patchouli is such a strong, it could be like overpowering, almost intrusive scent in and of itself. And I mean, you put some on, well, everyone who's into Grateful Dead will freaking surround you and be like, raw dog you, because, you know, it's kind of like hippy dippy. But I like the smell. It's nothing I would wear per se, but the bathroom smells amazing. Because it's knocked down by all the other scents that are blended with it. Patchouli oil of itself can be like, unless you're a Grateful Dead head, you know, a hippie chick that doesn't shave her armpits and whatnot. I wouldn't raw dog it, but mixed properly, I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. All right, let's see. What's a Brooklyn thing? A lot of things are a Brooklyn thing. A lot of things are a Brooklyn thing. Yeah, it's definitely hippie oil. Patchouli, yeah, like a chick like reeking of patchouli and whatnot, wearing like a sundress, and, you know, but she like lifts up her arms and she's got like a squirrel in her armpit, you know? I don't know. How's the cappuccino tonight? You know what? It is cold in here. I'm loving it. I'm freaking loving it, except it's like making my coffee cold. I really haven't dipped into it. It's good. I'm getting down with that oat milk. Like I said, it's bad for you. Oat milk is not good for you on any level. But once a week, 2 ounces, well, what's it gonna do? Cut 3 days off my life? I'll deal with it. But it tastes good in some coffee. Where did like 50 freaking viewers go all of a sudden? Did I offend a whole bunch of patchouli people? Did I offend a whole bunch of Grateful Dead people? Who did I just offend? That 50 people just disappeared. I was talking about this with a friend of mine today. I love that in real time, I can tell who I offend. I think that's amazing, because most people don't know who they offend. I do. I can literally tell in real time who I'm pissing off and what nerves I'm striking. Because I'm just looking there, and it was like 59, and it just went to 128 the minute I got on patchouli and Grateful Dead and hippie chicks with hairy armpits. Hey, my mom was a hippie. She was at Woodstock. Bror Fredrik, you're such a dick. I could immediately tell the feedback. I don't care. You know, I don't care, but it is what it is. It's funny as hell. Yeah, I'm pretty caffeinated. I'm kind of full. And I'm in a great mood. I am literally in a great mood. I'm literally in a great mood. I mean, I'm not one of those people who walks around smiling or anything, you know? I always think that's weird. People who walk around smiling. Guys should not walk around smiling. But, yeah, I'm in a great mood. It's all good. Hippy dippies. Yeah, so who do I offend in real time? That's funny. That is funny. Pachaka? What is Pachaka? Missy Vegas, how you doing? Mike MFM. That's interesting. I'm gonna try to figure out what that's an acronym for, but I don't know. I'm trying to see the questions here. Nah, you guys are alright. Let's see, enjoy the episode. What? Jim, that's what I was talking about. That's how I started this whole live stream. Everyone that I've spoken to so far, strangers and friends alike, and casual acquaintances and baristas, are all like, best Christmas. Some have said ever, and other people have said, I can't remember a nicer Christmas. Best Christmas I've had in years. That's the feedback. Everyone's on this thing now, you know, including myself. I'm still riding the freaking high from it. You know, I'm literally in a semi-euphoric freaking awesome mood because it was great. You know, I never want it to end. And I'm literally not, for those of you who saw my, the den all decked out for Christmas and whatnot, people thought, the rest of the house is decked out too. I have another Christmas tree in the living room, you know, hallways got stuff, whatever, but not as compact, and, you know, it looks like Santa's, you know, it looks like, someone said it looks like Santa's cottage, you know, the den part and whatnot, and that's kind of what I was going for. And I'm leaving that up till frickin' March. You know, I'm gonna get mileage out of that. I burnt 3 cords of wood on Christmas. That frickin' Smith's wood burns so fast, but when it pops, people will I was throwing like these big old logs and whatnot. I should have split them up a little more. When they start popping, dudes were like, you know, I'm like, relax, you know, we're all good. It's just the wood. Yeah, it was loud, like kapow, kapow. It's like designer wood, you know, kiln dried, all freaking perfect and measured and whatever. You know, it's not like the shit you'd buy at whatever, but it's like, you know, Nordstrom's freaking cords of wood, but it was only $4.99. But I went through 3 of them, 3 cords of wood. I think that's what you call it, right? Yeah. There's one left, I think. One piece of wood left. And it was fun. Made the fire, the whole bit. The whole bit. People said they could smell it, but I can't smell it, you know? Chimney worked good. There was no, didn't back up, no creosote, because I hadn't run the chimney in, 2 years, at least. Run the fireplace. It was good. Figure out that situation. Anyway, and I can only wish that everyone else feels it. If you don't feel what I'm trying to express right now, I hope I inspired you to look for it. I hope I inspired you to look for it. right now. I think that's what I'm getting at. I mean, me discussing my Christmas was not a flex. It's not a brag. It's not a, ooh, look at me. I'm trying to express a feeling, a sense of community and love and caring, and how we should get back to basics and one another and what's important, and fellowship and kindness and community and like-minded, surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Doesn't mean we have to alienate everyone who doesn't think exactly like us, because we think a lot more alike than not. Except for certain factions on both sides might not. I think that's what I wanted to accomplish by expressing to you how I feel. And I hope you guys feel that too. And if you don't, I'm not going to chastise you for it. I'm going to ask you to open your eyes and look. Drop your guard for just a second. And let the world in just a little. And look at your fellow man a little more. And ask yourself, what can you do? What kindness can you show? How can you make the world a better place? Not on a broad scale, but within your sphere of influence. Can you make one person a day's life a little better? A little easier? A little more pleasant? With a sincere compliment? With a kind look? I think we can. I think we can. Together. Each one reach one. And that is my message of the day. That's why I decided to go. I never show up with a preconceived notion of what I want to talk about when we do these sit and chat and chills and get coffeeed out of our brains type of things. I just like let it flow. And if you knew me, how private I am, I mean, I'm public and I tell you about everything. You know, I have no like sense of TMI sometimes, but to let you in on that level the way I just did, you know, like what I did, that's a kind of a big deal. If you guys know me. Well, you probably don't, now you do. And I do that a little more on heybrorfredrik.com, a lot more, but I was inspired to. It's not about me. But I think that's the message. If you knew, that's not my thing, but yeah. So yeah. So I'll jump on that grenade so you guys can hopefully experience. Oh, one last thing before I go. And don't sign off because I say one last thing before I go. Because it is important. Kind of. If you want to see a good Christmas movie, I was so freaking hesitant to watch it. The Red One on Amazon. With that one dude and the other dude, what's his name, Rock. I do not like that guy whatsoever. However, so I was not giving this movie a chance. I decided to watch it last night. It is a freaking awesome movie. It is an awesome movie. It combines, it's a Christmas movie. It's got Santa. It's not like Santa Bring Me a Man. There's no Santa Bring Me a Man shit in there like every other frickin' movie on TV. Santa, I need a man. I need a father for my 17 kids with 17 different baby daddies. It was just straight up fantasy, action. Like it was like the Terminator and the Santa Claus with Tim what's his name in there, and I mean it was so freaking well done. Krampus was in there. I mean everything. Santa, he was getting him some F-22 Raptor escorts. I mean, it was intense. It had intense moments. It had funny moments. It was just, well, it had some heartfelt freaking moments. It had Lucy Liu in it. What up? It was a good movie. So I'm gonna give that 2 thumbs up. Might not be your cup of tea, but it's not what you think. It's not what you think. It's an action movie. It's an action movie set. Just watch it. Just watch it, and you'll just be like, nah. It's gonna be a classic. It will be a classic. I mean, there's other ones, A Christmas Chronicle, you know, they're good, but this might be a classic. It's a freaking good movie. Action movie. I mean, it's got something for everyone, except people looking for a man. That it don't have. I'm thankful for. Santa ain't a pimp. Alright, so let me check fan funding activities. Nope, we're good. Alright, let me get back into Tim Allen. Yeah, Tim Allen. That's the deal. Helped you get in the spirit, Tom? I'm glad. I'm just trying to be, you know, I just want to. I'm just some freaking guy, you know. I'm fortunate. I feel lucky and fortunate in my life, you know. And if I could serve to inspire another human being, I'm blessed, you know. Like I was just discussing that with a friend of mine, you know. Like I do not thrive on happiness. Happiness is happiness is a thing. You know, happiness, oh, I'm happy, and then 2 minutes later, you're not. I thrive on, I'm not saying being happy is bad, but it's not a deal breaker, whether I'm happy or whether I'm not happy. You know, that's inconsequential in my life. What gives me my sense of, you know, oomph is satisfaction. Like, I need to be satisfied in what I do. I need to be satisfied. That's my ROI of life. You know, that's what satisfies me. That I get satisfaction from doing the things that I do. And this, despite the fact that, you know, I mean, this isn't a money-making thing for me. I'm happy I cover my parking, you know? It's not like a big deal. I mean, it'd be nice if it was, but, you know, in reality, you know, maybe I pay the phone bill. It covers the cost of coming out and drinking coffee. Other than that, is what it is. But I get satisfaction out of it, you know? And if I could touch one other human being, not just on Christmas, but year-round, I get satisfaction. It's a very satisfying feeling that I feel like, yeah, I did something, you know? I did something. My time on Earth was well spent, you know? I touched other people. And I want others to adopt that point of view, you know? It's not about you. What's your legacy? What do you want to leave behind? Maybe that's my Nordic roots, you know, because we're all about, like, what do you leave behind? Because we know where we're going, you know? What do you leave behind? You know, a little piece of you and other people, you live forever. So, yeah. So if I can inspire other people, it gives me a great sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. And I've found that with you guys. That's why I always say, I love you guys, and that ain't no lie. So I'm going to invite you to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button to get notified when I do this again, whoops, at least 5 times a week. Get me on the sports channel. I got all the stuff. There's a free video somewhere in the comments over here. What is money? Go watch that. It's free. If you want to sign up to Hey Bror Fredrik after watching that, you know what to do. And I got all the other stuff, the Cash App, the Venmo, the blah, 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 blah. I got all links down there. You know the deal. But I appreciate your support because, you know, I'm pretty much fan-funded, you know. White tea, you know, I don't always like what I got to say. You know what I'm saying? But you guys seem to. So I love you guys. And on that note, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. We'll go walking around town. And on that note, Bror Fredrik out. And Merry Christmas.